So I'm Asaf Rorna. I have been at Mark Roberts for about over 30 years. So in those early days, it was a very fun and unique place. At the weekends, actually, I would go with Mark Roberts and he would drive into London. And you have to remember that Mark Roberts, actually, he worked for Lotus. So he was a bit of a crazy driver, like actually very, very competent, but very fast. I always told Mark Roberts I was only there for 6 months because I wanted to start my own company and invent things. And then after a while I realized actually I was inventing things at Mark Roberts, why it was a good thing to do, and I just enjoyed it, so I stayed.
It was quite a small company. There were like, I think it was like 8 or 9 of us, or maybe 12 at tops. You know, there were times it was a bit tough, but I liked the early days. We were kind of pioneers in the motion control world. Back in the day, the animation stands were literally frame by frame, by hand. You had to like move it a certain number of notches. So the very first thing he did was animation stands.
So I keep finding functions in Flair that were done in a different time, probably for a different purpose, and I see how I can use them for what I do. So one thing is auxiliary axis, which I started using as an animation layer, basically, and that was originally meant for model movers. I don't think anyone would get the idea to put that into a software these days, but it comes from a time where you had probably a rostrum camera facing down and you had model movers moving the object.
MRMC is an interesting company. I appreciate the fact that they're always looking to improve and iterate and innovate. They don't seem to be the type of company that's like, okay, cool, we've made this thing, and now we're going to sell 1 million of them, and hopefully everything will be great. You know, that's not how they seem to roll.
You know, doing the conferences helped me see what other people think of the software, and I like to take input. I like people to give me feedback so I can create something that, not just what I want, but what they want as well. Although what I want obviously takes top tier.
I think it's only when you get feedback from others that you realize actually this is not a normal kind of place to work or a normal job. This is something unique and special, and what you're creating is really allowing creativeness in others that otherwise wouldn't be possible.
Every movie, every commercial that's been shot with our products is part of what we've created. We haven't just created robots that go out and build cars.
I think what I'm most proud of from my time at MRMC really is how the company has grown and matured to this kind of much larger, more professional enterprise. And then secondly is the actual equipment that has been made. You know, things like the Milo, you know, not a single Milo after 30 years has ever retired.
We still have film cameras running to this day on older rigs on the same software.
You get a hand-me-down Milo that's basically new, but it has a history attached to it. It's culture, it's heritage, and it's something that only Mark Roberts really has.
If you're gonna buy one robot, get the Milo. We use it for everything from macro work to, you know, high-angle crane work.
One of the reasons that they've lasted so long is that, you know, Mark Roberts is continuing to innovate. How things have been kind of evolving overall, at least in our situation at our shop, you know, we've gone from the Bolt to the Bolt Junior to the Cinebot Mini. We're prioritizing nimble on location, easy to use, less intimidating because not very many people have used motion control products. So bringing the Cinebot in is a good way to get people introduced to motion control.
When it's no longer viewed as a robot, but just something you can get your hands on and just manipulate like you can with a normal camera or normal crane, it becomes, you know, something that's much more approachable.
Like, I'm proud of the Cinebot range. That's something that I have wanted and kind of championed to happen. And I like making motion control more accessible.
They're actually surprisingly good. You know, like the Bolt Junior is good. These other robots, you know, damn nearly as good. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
It is a very specialized subject, and you can see at these events how technical it can be, but also letting guys get in on a ground root level and then build up to that.
They have the small robots, they have the big robots, they have the pan tilt heads, they have the nano, they have from huge to tiny. So they've got the ability to handle whatever you throw at them one way or the other.